Hey guys, welcome to the first edition of the OP Player Profile series. My name is That Kansas Kid, and in this series we will interview one of your favorite members from OP per episode so that you get to know more about them. In today's episode, I have one of the OP leaders, TheShwantz27. Now, he is known for his rage montages, commentaries, and also his hysterical punchlines, and has made a huge imprint in the gaming community. He started YouTube back in February of 2012, and since then he has accumulated over 13,000 subscribers. In this interview, you'll learn more about his past on YouTube and how he's gotten to where he's at now. This interview was pretty fun to be a part of, and hopefully you guys enjoy it just as much as I did. Alright, here it is. So anyways, Brian, I can call you Brian, right?
You can call me Brian because you're one of my buddies. If I don't know who you are, don't call me Brian. You're not allowed to call me Brian. You must call me TheShwantz27, your Lord and Savior. And if you want to put Mr. in front of it to make it like even more specific or more, egalitarian, you can.
All right, well,
I don't know if I used
Lord.
that word correctly either, but whatever, who cares? Let's just
you're
dance
good.
around that.
You're good. Hey, it's the holidays, Everyone can make mistakes.
Ho, bitches.
Yeah. So, anyways, my Lord and Savior. So, usually these interviews would start off, asking the reason that you got into YouTube. So, just so I could be like everyone else, tell us like the reason you got into YouTube. Like, is there a specific thing, or was it just like something overnight? Like, hey, I wanna try out YouTube videos.
This is basically like a two-part scenario here. Whenever I used to play video games with all my buddies, on Xbox Live, they would laugh hysterically at the things I would say or like the rage that would happen. Because when I do like my shoutcasting style commentaries, that's kind of how I would act in real life. If I got like a double kill, I would always say, McDouble, toss that shit on the grill. And then people would be laughing hysterically because I'm an idiot. And then, of course, when I'd get killed by a camper, I would throw my controller across the room and start cursing. So naturally, they were like, man, that was so fucking funny. I wish we had it recorded somewhere. Fast forward to a year or so later, I'm in a rock band, and as part of the band, we wanted to record our practices because, as musicians, some of the people in the band forgot the parts that they had played previously when we were coming up with songs. So it was much easier to just say, hey, look, we are going to record our practices. So in order to get the footage off of the camcorder, I had to buy an easy cap. So those are those two things, and then they finally, light bulb went off, bing! I was like, holy shit, I could record myself playing video games with my easy cap. Now, obviously the quality sucks, but I didn't realize that I was going to like it at all until I had started producing my own videos, and I was like, hey, this is actually kind of fun. Let me then throw down some more money, get an Elgato, get a nice computer, and get all that other stuff. So that's kind of how I started YouTube, and of course, I used to watch YouTube channels like, Sam D. Ravage and them, and obviously my channel is a direct, mashup between the Deluxe 4 and El Presador. Those are obviously my two main influences.
There you go. And what's your favorite punchline? What would you have to say? Your favorite The Schwantz punchline?
Oh, God. There's just so many of them. I mean, McDouble is obviously the classic one, and I use it a lot because I'm a scrub and can't get more than 2 kills usually. I like double fisting in the kill feed like an alcohol. That one is one of my favorites. I don't know if he's still dating her, but I used to have this saying that, I would shoot somebody from behind, kind of like a porno star, because when you're a cameraman shooting a porno star, you're looking at their ass, right? Yeah. And then I would always say and then insert porno star name here. And then back when the story came out that X-Jaws was dating a porn star, I dropped that line in one of my commentaries, and people just went crazy about it. So I don't know. It always changes. I don't really have a favorite. I think if I have one that I like, I'll keep using it. It's hard to. I got to switch it up and make variety more though, because it can get stale after a while. So I have to keep trying to reinvent myself, if you will. So.
Yep. Well, that's awesome, and obviously your channel has also been, influenced by El Presador, and you have posted lots of rage montages, and I know over time this is starting to become, it's been a tradition for around nearly a year now, if you think about it on OP. They've been uploading that weekly.
Yeah, that was kind of my idea that I brought to the channel because I knew that, Coots rages like a motherfucker, Weagal rages so bad, and, there's a couple of other members who do too, and I was kind of like, You know, I do this on my own channel, and it is the type of videos that get the most amount of views on my channel. So let's not see if we could do it on OP and kind of be funny, because I'm always trying to push OP in a direction that still makes unique and entertaining content, in addition to the normal gameplay commentary style things that we have. So that's why I want to differentiate it from other teams and be different.
So I know that many other viewers probably want to know the answer to this as well. We know that you rage in video games. Now, is this something that happens outside of the, outside the video game realm? Is it something that happens in everyday life? Like,
I don't rage at most things. I will rage, however, and I used to rage back in like high school and college when I used to play sports, because I'm an extremely competitive person, and that's kind of where the rage stems from, is that I'm a very competitive guy, and if somebody's like cheesing on me in a video game, or if somebody is doing something not the way that I would expect them to do in the sportsmanly like manner, that's when I'm going to call you a pussy, a bitch, a vagina, whatever you want to call it. Like, for example, like in baseball, when I used to play and I would fuck up and make a bad play, I'd throw my glove on the field, I'd fucking pout around, I'd be pissed off. Even in like things as stupid as in college playing beer pong, if I was sucking and missing too many shots, I'd just start getting pissed off, and people would be like, chill, bro, this is beer pong, this is supposed to be fun. I'm like, no, this is not fun, this is competition, I want to fucking win, I want to stay on the table, goddammit. So yes, I will rage in real life, but just, it's weird, because when I watch sports, I'm just kind of like the reasonable guy. I'm not the guy yelling at the TV like most, most people when they watch sports, but if I'm playing it, it's a completely different story, and I guess that's the competitive drive that I have.
Yep. Now, we know Schwantz the person, Schwantz the YouTuber, but we don't really know the story in which you got into OP, or at least not everyone does. So could you actually walk us through how did you get into the Overpowered clan?
Alright, so basically, this is a long-winded story, so I'll try and just bullet points it. So, I was introduced to PwnStars.com, who is a very prolific streamer, and he also wanted to do his YouTube in order to drum up more followers for his live stream. However, he's not exactly what you would call a commentator. He's kind of an antisocial guy. He, doesn't have the commentary skills that, someone else does. And actually, another member of OP, Tempted Swift, he actually put me in touch with PwnStars.com, because I used to play with Tempted Swift back in the day, because I used to be a avid fan of him and, the Wicked Elite members. So PwnStars.com offered me, like a shoutcast series on his channel. So every Tuesday, he'd give me one of his ridiculous gameplays, and I'd shoutcast it. It would help him out, because it would drive viewers to his channel, and therefore drive viewers to his Twitch, and it would help me out, because it would grow my own channel personally. So after, that first initial PwnStars.com shoutcast video, I gained like 1,500 subscribers. That's the most amount of subs I've ever gained.
Goodness.
And yeah, it was a lot of subscribers. So then after that, they made a team called Pub Stompers. I don't know if you remember that at all. It was a very short-lived team. It was about 3 or 4 months, and it was run by Jay Nasty and PwnStars. And unfortunately, the two guys who were supposed to lead the team never really did much, so it kind of fell on me to sort out all the content, lead the team, and post everything, and I just didn't have the time for it at the end of the day. I work 40 hours a week. I'm in a band. I have a wife that, if I don't see her every day for at least 3 minutes, she'll get mad at me. So unfortunately, that didn't work out. And when that didn't work out, I had already talked to Weagal, or Liam, because he was also part of that Pub Stompers team initially, and then he spun off, and went to create Overpowered with Benny and Joe. So he already knew, what I could bring to the table. So then he was like, yo, we got to have you as a commentator. Would you like to do it? And I said yes. So that was on, I think it was in July of 2013, when Black Ops 2 was in the middle of its life cycle. So fast forward to now, I eventually got promoted to like a co-leader position, because I knew that Liam and Joe were doing a lot of fucking work, and they couldn't handle all of the work that they were doing, sorting out gameplays, getting thumbs, uploading this, making sure the commentators are assigned, yada, yada, yada. So I was like, dude, I'll help with some of that. I have a little bit of time. I can't run the channel by myself like I was trying to do with the other team, but I could certainly help. And that was like one thing led to another. All of a sudden, my dick is in their ass with no lube, and that's how we became the kind of
So how did OP or YouTube overall affect your life?
It has gotten me into several arguments with my wife about how I spend too much time with my hobbies, because this is a hobby for me. Being real, disclosing of information. I make $50 a month from YouTube. Not enough to pay the bills, so I have to still work my 40-hour-a-week job, and unfortunately, sometimes YouTube, with all of the different things that come with it, can, kind of be like cutting into my work at my job. Not that my performance has suffered at my job. However, I have noticed that I am spending more and more time doing my hobbies and not as much time as I should be on doing other social aspects in my life. I'll still go out on the weekend. I'll still make, bad mistakes when thinking I'm done drinking, but I'm not. But at the same time, there are times when it's just like, it's a Friday night and everybody's doing something and I'm just editing a video, but it's fun for me and it's something that I'm passionate about. But at the same time, it definitely, it eats time into it. It's not like you just turn on the microphone and go. Each video takes at least an hour to do if you are not putting out shit content. It takes at least an hour to do. That's kind of how it's affected it, is that, my wife is very understanding about it, but if she wasn't, we'd have a much different problem as of right now, because I do spend an inordinate amount of time doing something that only gets me $50 a month, and it's like I said, it's not about the money. I'm passionate about doing this. This is fun for me. It's one of my hobbies, and I enjoy all the people that I've met by doing this particular thing. There are times, I'll hang out with my internet friends over my in real life friends, because I'm just like, I don't want to stop playing this game right now. I know we're supposed to go to a party, or I know I'm supposed to go to an event, but I don't care. We'll show up an hour late, kind of thing. And that's happened before. It's happened. So
yeah, and I think many YouTubers who have other responsibilities besides YouTube can really relate to that. And speaking of which, now, this has never really happened to lots of YouTubers, especially around our size, but have you ever been recognized by any fans before, whether it would be in a lobby or in real life or yada, yada, yada?
I've only been recognized in a lobby once, and it's funny because it was somebody who I recognized as well. Like, this was a person who had sent in a clip that I had picked for one of the not top 5 plays, and his name was very strange. It was Retro Moddingmer 102. That was his name, and I was like, this is a very weird fucking name. Why would you ever name yourself this? And then all of a sudden I saw him pop up in my lobby, because obviously, as the name implies, he likes to play retro Call of Duty games, and when Ghost was the game that was out at the time, I fucking never played it for like 6 months. There was a 6 months gap where I just didn't play the game. So I'd always be playing older Call of Duty games. I ran into this guy, and I was sending him a message saying, hey, I recognize you from OP Not Top 5 Plays, with a smiley face, trying to be like an asshole about it, or sarcastic, I guess, a little bit, being like, hey, I recognize you from a series that I did on the OP channel. And he had sent me a message first saying, hey, dude, I can't believe it's you. So that's the only time I've ever been recognized in a lobby. However, I do play with a few friends in a lot of my videos that don't have YouTube channels, and they've been recognized in lobbies more than I have. I'm just like, motherfucker, it's my channel. What the fuck? Like my buddy Knots Predator, who's in like a majority of my videos where I do things with friends. He's been recognized like 5 or 6 times, and they're all like, yeah, say hi to Schwantz for me. And I'm like, what the fuck, asshole? I am the guy with the channel. Recognize me, not him. And then as for in real life, I've never had like a fan meetup or anything. I think that's kind of weird, though. It would be like, what do we talk about? My videos? Like, I don't want to talk about my videos, But anyway, I'm like social enough that I can get along in basically any situation. But my nephews, I have 2 nephews. One is 18 or 17, and one is 12 or 13. I should know these things, right? Anyway, so I have a few nephews that watch my videos, and of course, they've shared them with their friends. So whenever I go over to their house for like a family party and their friends are there, they're like, oh my god, it's you. Can't believe it's you.
Make
and it's
double.
Just like, they'll say shit like, they'll come up to me and say shit like that, and I'll be like, guys, relax, obviously I'm going to be here. I'm part of the family, so it's not like I've ever been walking down the streets of Poughkeepsie and some guy pulls me, he goes, TheShwant's27. And I'm just like, high five. No, that's not. Unfortunately, that's never happened. I've never been recognized in real life.
And last but not least, what is one reason that all these beautiful viewers should go check out your channel if they haven't already?
Because my content is the best on YouTube. Better than PewDiePie. Better than everybody. No, I'm just kidding. I like to entertain. At the end of the day, that's what my videos are about, entertaining. Whether it be through raging, through being sarcastic and funny, through being energetic and hyper, through pointing out funny moments that happen during a game. These are all things that I like to do. So if you enjoy being entertained, then you should subscribe to my channel. Obviously, if you're on OP, you've seen my work with the top 5, not top 5 rage montages. But then I could do other things like the team challenges. I edit all of those team challenges. So, you know, and obviously, like, the personalities is what keeps people drawn to a particular YouTuber. And I'd like to think that I have a personality that kind of does that. The way my mind works is very... You know, comedians and people that are in comedy have a certain way that their mind works. They're not afraid to say things that people are thinking, but, you know, are too over the line, if you will. I'll step over that line. I'll smash that line. Fuck the line. You know what I mean? You know, my content's not as good as that Kansas kid, though, so if you're expecting that, unfortunately, you're going to be shit out of luck.
Yeah, so. I was about to say, I was like, wait, you forgot, like, I'm the god of YouTube. I mean, like... I was about to say.
Yeah, I post a variety of different content. I've been enjoying Battlefield a lot, more so than Call of Duty, so that's why it's on there more. If you're one of the 4 players that still plays Titanfall, I still post Titanfall. And I've been starting to get into PC gaming a little bit more, you know, just as a variety, because the Xbox One's a pile of shit. And I'm terrible with the keyboard and mouse, so I have a CSGO series in which... outlines my utter ineptitude, and it's fucking hysterical for people that, you know, want to see a true noob play the game.
Yeah, and I want to see you play some more loadout. That was a fun time. But anyways, guys, you had it here first. This was TheShwantz.
More recipes.
Yeah, I know.
TheShwantz27.
I think I heard Glenn Schofield.
Coots is the only one who could do the impression like almost spot on, because he's got that raspiness. Yeah. It's almost in the Glenn Schofield voice. You're right.
Alrighty, guys. Well, you had it here first. Go check out Brian's channel in the description below. Thanks for stopping by, Brian.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me on. Now, if you excuse me, I have presents to go rap and shit. Honk, honk. Just kidding.
Alright, take care, guys.
Alright, thanks a lot.
Hopefully you guys enjoyed your time getting to know more about TheShwantz27, and again, you can check out his channel in the description below. And also, while you're down there, let me know down in the comments what OP member you want to see in the next episode of OP Player Profile. So, it has been that Kansas Kid, and I'll see you all later. Take care.